everyone, my name's Kels. Welcome to my channel. On this channel, I will be discussing a lot of personal things. My spirituality, awakening, and journey, and then the lessons that I've learned from that journey, and also just anything else personal. I did decide to make 2 other channels just to separate some content that I will be sharing with you all. So if you are at all interested in organic cannabis cultivation, head over to my channel called Peace and Flower. And if you are at all interested in plant-based recipes, where to get really good plant-based food at restaurants, I'll show some options at some normal restaurants that you can get of my favorites there, and also plant-based restaurants, but also recipes of my own that I make at home. So if you want to go and follow those pages, I will link the pages in the description below. But anyways, back to today's video. It will be about my coming out story as a person in the queer community and the LGBTQ plus community, okay? So basically, the first thing I can remember that kind of relates to my coming out story was the first time that I had an idea that I was attracted to females. I did not know that this was different, or I didn't think anything of it, alright? But I was 12, okay? And it was around the time where That's So Raven and Hannah Montana was out, and it was the time where The Climb came out. Basically, I was in my room listening to The Climb over and over again. I do that still to this day. I listen to the same song until I know all of the words and just know the song by heart. I still do that. But I was listening at the time to The Climb, but I was also just staring at Miley Cyrus on the album art cover on my iPod. And my brother walks into the room and he's looking at me strange. He walks in at least 5 times, right? And the 5th time he walks in, he's like, "You're gay!" And I didn't think anything of it. I just got defensive because I didn't know anything about what it means to be gay. I didn't know what it meant, really. I never met anyone that was gay before, so I got defensive. I was like, well, that doesn't sound normal, so I'm not gay, I told him. And then some time passes, and on the TV there's this lady on a commercial, advertising something. There's this lady in the dark, but she's naked, and it shows her silhouette of her body. And I just say to myself wow, she's hot, right? And I'm sitting next to my brother and my brothers and my dad on the couch, and they just look at me and they don't say anything. And time goes on. Okay, and then flash forward to about my freshman year of high school. Mind you, I dated guys before this time, in middle school and stuff. And when I say I dated the guys, it's I would text them and I would see them at school, but never once did I hold a guy's hand. Never once did I kiss a guy. None of that. So I'd have boyfriends because they liked me, and I mean, you want to feel attention and love or whatever when you're young, so I just was oh well, okay, I'll be your girlfriend, and then dump them whenever they wanted to kiss me or hold my hand. So flash forward to high school, when I met the first lesbian I ever met before. So basically I met her in a science class or something. Yeah, science class. And she was 2 years older than me. And I just remember being so intrigued because she was just so passionate and proud about who she was. And it was just so different than what I'd ever known. Not even connecting the dots that yet that I was even attracted to women, right? I just was so intrigued that she was just so different and she was just so passionate and proud of who she was. I love that energy still to this day. That's really who I am now. But yeah, so I would ask her all the questions about her girlfriend and her and their relationship, just like, oh, she sent you like some mail, what'd she send you? And like all these little presents and stuff, just like cutesy stuff like that, you know? And it was just so interesting to me because I'd never met someone who was like dating the same sex before. And without really realizing that I was a lesbian, I was becoming a friend with her and hanging out with her and asking her all these questions about her and her girlfriend. And to me, it was just like so interesting because I'd never met a lesbian before. But as time goes on and we hang out after school a lot and we like walk home from school and go to the park and hang out at her house and watch movies together and stuff, I begin to develop a crush on her. She is very smart. We always have fun together and she made me laugh. So I begin to develop a crush on a girl who has a girlfriend that lives in Britain. And it was pretty interesting, honestly, seeing a long distance relationship for the first example of a lesbian, but she was a Tumblr lesbian, so it's not very uncommon. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, that was my first example of a lesbian really that I met, and I was like 14 and a freshman in high school. So yeah, I told her, hey, I think I have a crush on you. I really want to kiss you randomly all the time, and yeah, I don't know if we should stop hanging out or what. But she told me that she felt the same way and that she was stressed out about her relationship being long distance, and so she ended her relationship, and baby Kelsey had her first kiss. It was a magical time, okay? Not because of her or anything, but just because like I'm a passionate person and kissing is a beautiful thing, to share passion with another person. And so, yeah, it was really beautiful just to like also know a part of myself in a new way that I'd never known. Like I said, I never connected those dots of thinking a woman was hot on a TV commercial and looking at Miley Cyrus for extra long time and also being a lesbian. I never connected those dots. So we end up getting in a relationship, me and this girl, on Valentine's Day, and it's all these cutesy things, like we buy each other like a little basket of like chocolate and a card and whatever else, I don't remember. Yeah, I have my first relationship, and I remember the first night that we were dating, or the first day that we had our first kiss. I had my first kiss ever. We went to this skating rink and I kissed her, and I like kissed her more passionately, and she was like, where did that come from? And I was like, I don't know, I saw it on TV. So even as a baby gay, I had game. Y'all should remember that. And then yeah, flash forward to after we broke up, because she was sending like pictures that she was sending to me, like clothed, just cute pictures she was sending to me. She was sending them to another girl, so I was like, that's cheating because you're like flirting with someone else. So I broke up with her. I really wasn't hurt about that. It was kind of comforting to me to like be away from someone who didn't appreciate me enough to like respect that I just wanted to be with her, you know, because I'm like a ride or die type of person. I definitely was in a monogamous relationship, so yeah, that wasn't cool, and I broke up with her, and that shit ended. And then basically, as freshman year went on, I met this girl in my choir class that we were always laughing. Her laugh was contagious. She was very smart. And we just had fun together, you know? And at the time, like I said in the last video, if you want to check that one out, it's all about my musical journey, basically. It's my biggest passion in life, and basically how my musical journey shaped my path as I grew. And basically, I met her in the program that I was auditioning for in high school, the a cappella group. And basically, she was with another girl at the time, and as we became friends, she would tell me how she was dissatisfied with her relationship, and basically I'd just be her friend and just be there for her. And then like we both were honest with each other that we had a crush on each other, so we ended up like hanging out more. She broke up with her girlfriend, and then we kissed. And then she was my girlfriend soon after that, and like I asked her. That was super cute. That was the first time I ever asked someone to be my girlfriend. The first girlfriend, she asked me, but my second girlfriend, I asked her, and it was so cute. It was so cute. I was like, I just have to ask her. I can't not be her girlfriend any longer. So, she was my second girlfriend, and we dated probably for like 3 years. Yeah, it was 3 years. From freshman year until, the end of junior year. So, yeah. And then, basically, that relationship was pretty cool. It taught me a lot about connection and vulnerability, just because in the first relationship, it was all just like butterflies and first things going on, you know, like first time holding someone's hand, first time going on a date, first time having a kiss, you know. And the second relationship was really like how to communicate with someone that you care about for an extended period of time so that they know that you care about them, type thing. And also like how to be mindful and how to be thoughtful. It was a lot of learning about those things. I wasn't very good at it because I was like, like 15 to 17 or something like that. Yeah, I wasn't very thoughtful. I wasn't very mindful. I was just trying to figure out who I was, my sexuality, what I liked in general. I was a young person. And so, yeah, that relationship ended, obviously, because it was just like I had a best friend, and we kissed, and we had a lot of fun together, you know? And we shared a passion for music, so we would always like sing together and stuff. And so the time passed, and the relationship ended, and yeah. And then hit my senior year of high school. It was pretty cool. I was like not saying that I liked high school at all, because I didn't. But, just the choir part about it, that's it. But, yeah, I ended up, being like, instead of being a baby gay at that point, I was like, not a baby gay. Senior year of high school. People looked at me as like the girl that came out freshman year, the girl that like knew who she was, the girl that owned her sexuality and was proud of herself. Because when I came out to have that first girlfriend, I came out to the entire school. We were holding our hands in the hallway. We gave each other kisses in the hallway. Like, I wasn't ever a closeted lesbian. When I knew I liked girls, everybody knew I liked girls. I wasn't really like one of those folks that felt like, oh, I should hide, or what will people think? No. I was just happy to be me, and just happy to have someone who liked me and that I liked finally, because I was always getting hit on by all these men and I didn't really like them like they liked me. I didn't want to kiss them. I didn't want to hold their hands, you know. So it was new. And so at this point in senior year, it was like I was kind of seasoned in a way. Went through the first relationship, then the relationship that lasted, and then I was like, for my age, I was an experienced gay. So I go on to college, and this is the time in my life where like I'm on and off social media. So like at this time, I like deleted Instagram for like the longest time, and Facebook for the longest time, and then I hop back on it, and then I see when I hop back on it, I start posting so much content of like poetry, photography that I take, just art in general, music, you know, and just sharing things about my life. At this time, I'm just like studying and working full time as a server, and yeah, and yeah. So I just go on to Instagram again because I'm like, I kind of want a girlfriend. You know, you get those times where you're like, I'm kind of over being single, so let me try at least to get a girlfriend instead of just like waiting on the universe to send you a girlfriend. And so I go on Instagram and I see this girl that, like, when I was in high school, the age difference was just a little weird. But when we were older, the 2 years didn't seem so weird, you know? So I like saw her post something on Instagram, and I just commented on it, and I was just like, oh, just telling her how she's so beautiful. And yeah, she slid into my DMs, we chatted, and she was my next girlfriend. And this is when I fell in love, okay? Before this time, looking back, I can't really say that I was in love, because this was like different. It was very intense and passionate, and the closest thing to mutual and whatever you can get with like a love that passes. It's not like a love that's supposed to last type thing. So we had our differences and everything, and it didn't work out, but we were together for like 2 years, and she was like my first reflection, really, of just who I am and who I want to be and what I want a relationship to be like and who I want to be in a relationship and all of that. It was really she was a reflection for me to learn about the world, about myself, about relationships, about love, about all of it. And it was beautiful. We really did have a lot of beautiful moments, even though it ended, you know. But yeah. So through that process, I learned a lot, and I got this little baby. This is my cat bear, Lily Bear. So basically, the next part of my life, I just like stayed single a while as I healed through like my first love. Cause I don't know, whoever's watching this, if you're like a baby gay, it's gonna be intense when you have your first, like, your actual first love. No quotations needed, I swear, because it will take you off your feet, and when it ends, it will feel like you're empty. So yeah, your first real love is nothing to fuck with. It's intense. Baby bear, don't do that. You hear me? And so if you're going through that right now, just keep being vulnerable with your person. It's not like you should like be scared or anything, but it's just like, also keep investing in getting to know yourself as you are with anyone, because that was my mistake. Because I'm such like a passionate, hopeless romantic, I just got stuck in wanting love, and I was so immersed in that relationship that I lost myself. And that's where you gotta kind of have to be careful, because if you don't have an idea of who you are outside of the relationship, then when it's gone, it's like you're just empty. And you don't want to do that to yourself, because it does not feel good, and it's not really easy to come back from fast at all. So just take your time, and always take your you time to spend with yourself, and just, yeah, like I said, just keep investing in getting to know yourself even when you're in a relationship. That's just my my advice when it comes to like first real love, because it is intense, and it's not like a new thing, but gay love is very passionate, very deep. So make sure you've got yourself. And then after that, I had my first, I'd had a fling with someone before this relationship had happened. It was like a polyamorous relationship where I was with this girl that didn't really have like another significant other, but she had other people she had flings with. So basically, but looking back of how short it was a fling, but it was like a polyamorous fling. So I had an experience with someone in the community that was polyamorous. That was interesting. I got to know that I was a pretty jealous person, just naturally, because like, I don't know, I'm looking for a ride or die, I'm a hopeless romantic, and then this girl was like also with someone else that I saw her around. It was too much for me. So we broke up, and basically I go on to this part of my life where I'm just like really getting into who I am, and just like self-discovery and growth, and just learning more about me, and spending time with me, and doing what I love, and focusing on my career and my dreams. And I've met a couple people throughout this time that I've had like little flings with, or 2 little relationships with. Nothing like serious, but this one person was a non-binary person. So I've dated someone else different in the community, which allowed me to learn, about boundaries and different dynamics and communication styles, and like time management. When it comes to polyamory, it's very important, because you want to make your partners feel thought of and cared for, so you kind of have to like manage your time with each person super well. So I was in a polyamorous relationship again, and it was interesting. I want to say that it was enjoyable, but after time, like looking back, I've realized that I kind of want a monogamous relationship. What seems ideal to me is a monogamous relationship. So that's what I've learned through that. I learned a lot about communication and setting boundaries and time management and thoughtfulness and mindfulness and just vulnerability. And I learned also a lot about like more people in the community, in the LGBTQ plus community. Is like I learned about trans folks in that relationship because my partner's partner was a trans man, and we hung out all together. That was the style of this polyamorous relationship. Is like, not that I was dating both of them, if you're not really familiar with what polyamory is. Basically, I had a partner that also had another partner, and we just all hang out as friends, like as a group, and with their other friends as well. So basically, I got to know some of my partner's friends. My partner was non-binary, presenting non-binary mostly, and then my partner's partner was a trans man, and then their roommate was a trans woman that had a trans man partner. And so basically it was like a whole little queer community. When we were all together, it was pretty cool. So I learned a lot through all of them. Cause I'm a cis, it feels weird saying I'm a cis woman. I don't really identify as a cis woman. I really identify as like a gender non-conforming woman or queer person. I guess to be more vulnerable with you, I could tell you that I feel really comfortable with she, they pronouns, because sometimes she and her doesn't sound or feel right to me and how I identify. It changes really. Sometimes I feel comfortable and proud to be like a really feminine person, and most of the time I do dress pretty feminine, but I also have very like androgynous days where I'm just like a little bit more masculine. And really through my spiritual awakening, I've realized that we all, every single one of us, have like a balance of feminine and masculine energy. So I guess to me it makes sense for me to not say that I'm a woman. It's weird. I just identify as like a queer, gender non-conforming person, with she, they pronouns. She is good most of the time, but sometimes they is the only one that feels right. So if you're ever around me or talking to me, I'll definitely let you know which one feels good, or if one you say just feels kind of weird, I'll be like, they, but I'm never gonna be like, oh, you used the wrong pronouns for me. I'll accept she or they, her or them, but yeah, those are the ones that feel comfy for me. But when it comes to like my sexual orientation, I would have to explain. So one thing that I identify with that I found online is called sapiosexual, and I really identify with this because what a sapiosexual person is, if you've never heard of it, it's like someone who's attracted to people based off of their intelligence, and that is very true to me. Every single person that I've ever dated or ever even had a fling with was very smart. That is something that is true throughout the whole existence of my sexual interactions, my relationships, so on. So yeah, that's something I found out about myself, is I'm sapiosexual. When I was in high school, I thought I was demisexual, and I still sometimes do think I'm demisexual, which means that if you're not familiar with what demisexual is, it means that you're not really like sexually attracted to someone until you're emotionally bonded with them, until you're able to like form an emotional bond with them. Then if you do like that person in that way, you develop like a sexual attraction to them. So I do identify with both of those, and then because those just make sense to me for how I end up like developing relationships with people. They're always smart. That's like, it's just interesting to me when someone is smart. Like, tell me all the facts about the things that you love. Hell yeah, that's my shit. But yeah, demisexual because I'm a hopeless romantic. I'm not all about just like sex all the time. Let's do it. No. Like, I've been single for a year now already, and the last relationship I had was only like a little tiny relationship. So, and then the one before that was like 2 months. So basically I've been single since 2019. 2 years, almost 3, which is good because I've just been focusing on me and getting to know me and just learning my own boundaries and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really important to spend time with yourself and to get to know yourself. Like I said, if you're going to be in love and you lose yourself, it'll be a disaster when it ends. I'm just warning you, and I have compassion for you, and I have support, and I am a community you can come to in the comments and let me know what you need. I'll try to help you in any way that I can. Like I said, and others have said, gay love is intense, it's passionate, it's real, it's raw, it's very beautiful, but when it ends, it's very hard. But the cool thing about that is the best growth in life, the biggest amounts of growth in life always come from the hardest lessons. So even though it's hard when it's over, it's like you grow so much as a person after that ending, after those hard lessons, that it's like a bigger blessing than something that didn't hurt as much, you know? So at the end of the day, it's like you win some, you lose some, but you always learn. So it's a way to just be positive throughout any situation. Is just, what are you learning in it, you know? I love thinking like that. It keeps me focused on other things than just like getting caught up and stressed out and worried about something that you can't change. Stay focused on the beautiful things in life. Stay focused on growth and lessons and your dreams, and make them come true. But I hope this video was just informative in a way. If you're not like in the queer community, the LGBTQ plus community, that maybe it's just informative for you. But if you are in the community, or if you're not sure if you're in the community, I hope that this video just kind of makes you feel more comfortable with just being whoever you are. Because none of us are the same. Everyone is completely different. Every one of us like different things. Every one of us thinks different things. Every one of us craves different things. So just be kind and gentle and patient with yourself as you keep learning about yourself. And just, yeah, all I can say is just do things that you love. Do things that you enjoy. And just, yeah, that's the best advice I can really give. But let me know in the comments if you need any advice on something that you're going through. If you just want to tell me like your coming out story, go ahead, put it in the comments below. I'm really open to just like chatting to other people in the community and people that are not in the community. Maybe if you have a question, if you want to understand something maybe that I've talked about, or something else that you're just curious about, go ahead and just leave it in the comments. And make sure that you subscribe to either this channel, my organic cultivation cannabis channel, or my plant-based cooking channel. I will put all of those links down below. I'm still really learning how to connect them on YouTube. Let me know if you do see them, like when you go to my channel and it says channels. If you see my other channels in there, tell me in the comments. Put a thumbs up on this video if it's interesting to you, if you took something from it that helped you, or yeah, if you learned something, just let me know. Also, comment your story down below or any questions. Yeah, it was really nice talking to you all, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!